His Kyrie Irving situation put all of the Nets' concerns to rest.
All? You're trying to box me in with saying all. All is strong, but they are going to win it all. So I guess he does put all their concerns to rest because the end is going to justify the means. It's going to be a roller coaster ride. We understand that. The integration, getting back to the chemistry, playing at an optimal level. Obviously, some of the contenders and foes that they're going to face, including the last year champion Milwaukee Bucks. We get all of that. And then obviously in your mind, you're thinking, when is Ben Simmons coming? You hold your breath just a little bit every single outing. But come on, y'all. Like, some things are so obvious, the kids say. Just look under your nose if it ain't that damn big. And realize that you're looking at two champions lead their cause. I understand the Milwaukee Bucks are there, and that's, to me, the only one that makes me lose a little sleep. But sorry, Boston Celtics. Tatum and Brown. Embiid and Harden, Philly. Anybody? Butler and Hero. Man, look at me. I'm a non-champion, and I know a non-champion when I see one. And all of them are non-champion-led teams. But then you got Kyrie Irving, and you got Kevin Durant, the best scorer for a big man and the best scorer for a little man. And they're going to go out there and lead this charge. We saw against Chicago this year. We saw them against the Sixers. When it's that game that you circle on the calendar, X marks the spot for these guys to show up and show out. So, yeah, for me, I think since they're going to win it all, Kyrie Irving is going to put all their concerns to rest.
Yeah, right before we came on, for those of you who aren't privy to this, Marcellus asked, "Hey, aren't we on the same page, Buke? Like, Slick, we're thinking the same way with the Nets, right?" And actually, we are. We are. You just haven't admitted to yourself that we are, because I am right with you in terms of the Celtics and the Heat, and even the 76ers being pretenders.
Yeah.
Where you don't realize that we agree is that the Nets are in second. They're not winning it all. You know they're not winning it all. You know they're not getting past Giannis Antetokounmpo and the Milwaukee Bucks. You know this. You just don't want to admit it to yourself, because this is where people are underplaying the Nets. To your point, Kyrie and KD have the ability to elevate their game and their team in the postseason. You can't say that about anybody on the Celtics. You can't say that about anybody on the Heat. And we still have plenty of questions about the Sixers in terms of what kind of team are you actually elevating, and can Embiid and Harden do that with this group? The Nets, we don't have that problem. Yes, defensively, they're 22nd in the league right now. You know what they were last year going into the playoffs? They were 23rd during the regular season, and then were the third best defense in the postseason. So I am of the belief that they can elevate their game at both ends of the floor. But does Kyrie solve every issue? No, he does not, because he's not playing center. He's not playing power forward. And when we talk about teams advancing through the playoffs, you need to be able to play several different styles. The Nets can play small ball, but Jeff Green was an important component last year. He's no longer there. Blake Griffin was an important component last year as a big. He's there, but he's not there, if you know what I mean. Andre Drummond, never been out of the first round. He was with the Lakers last year when Anthony Davis went down. How did that work out, Andre Drummond stepping up? Not well enough. That's where the shortcoming is. So Kyrie being back in full time is certainly helpful, and I like their chances against everybody except the team in Milwaukee.
Slick. Sal, it's good to be back with y'all, man. Slick, I missed you, big dog.
Feels good to be home.
To see you,
Same,
big dog.
Captain Acho.
I know, Captain Crunch looking at it.
Here's a problem. Just because it's most discussed doesn't mean it's most important. And both of y'all have fell under the trap of what's being most discussed. No, the Nets and Kyrie being back full-time doesn't put all concerns to rest. Just because it's most discussed don't mean it's most important. What's our biggest health issue in the world? It's not mental health. It's not AIDS. Not drug, alcohol. It's not even the heart.
What?
It's obesity. We just don't talk about it.
It is.
Biggest health issue in the world. Now, yes, to your point, obesity has a direct correlation to the heart. But just because it's most discussed does not mean it's most important. All we've talked about this season, Kyrie can't play at home. Mayor, governor, change the mandates. How can he sit on the sideline and watch the game and can't play? That's ludicrous. Okay, he can play at home now, baby. Nets is no. That's the discussed issue. That ain't the most important issue.
What?
Most important issue, Nets do not have the best team. To Slick's point, they don't got the best team. When push comes to shove, still give me the Milwaukee Bucks. Still give me Giannis Antetokounmpo. When push comes to shove, give me the better team. When we talk about the Nets this season, we've talked about Kyrie Irving's 60-point games, Kevin Durant's 50-point games. We talk about them as individuals. But when it comes down to winning championships, a team will beat an individual every day of the week. The Nets' biggest issue ain't Kyrie not being able to play in Brooklyn. That hasn't been the biggest issue. Their biggest issue is what's up with the team. Keep in mind, what's going to happen when Ben Simmons returns, y'all?
Woo!
He's a point guard, America.
Woo!
Kyrie Irving is a ball-dominant guard, America. So are y'all really just going to sit here and offensively play 4-on-5? Because if I'm guarding Ben Simmons, I'm sagging straight into the paint. I'm ready to double off on the Kyrie. I'm ready to double on the KD. When KD tries to hit that turnaround fadeaway on the right jumper, which he always tries to do, the right baseline, I'm going to be there because I'm doubling off of Ben Simmons. The biggest issue ain't Kyrie not being able to play at home. The Nets have several other issues. Just because it's most discussed doesn't mean it's most important. And the discussed issue ain't the Nets' biggest issue. They got several other ones.
Well, I'm about to discuss something important, damn it. I'm going to combine these two things. Oh, man, you act like the Bucks don't have issues. Like just history, recent history, there hasn't been a repeat champion since 2018, but let that live because, hey, you could be the next one. Or that you have a losing record against the top 6 teams in the East. Oh, no, we just chilling to the playoffs. Oh, okay, that's interesting. You gave up almost 112 points a game in those games. Oh, no, we ain't tripping now. We champions. We wait till it matters most. And it's funny, last year when they had to go on their little run and win their championship and Kevin Durant in the pedicure game and the big toe game. Outside of that, y'all ain't doing jack. They were 17-12 going down the stretch. So it means that this team, even though they won it all, didn't win by a large margin, didn't win by a huge differential in terms of they played an injured Nets team last year and had to go to Game 7. But Acho wants to, have this inheritance bias. And people have this all the time. You guys ever go to your reunions? Anybody go to your reunion yet? Damn, Acho, what? You that young? You ain't got a reunion yet, mama? All right. Well, anyway, they got, Slick probably been to his 50th year reunion, but they got the 5-year, the 10-year. Yeah, that was a
taking
shot.
shots.
Yeah, well, come on, man.
Taking shots.
That was a shot.
Come on. Hey, the Will Smith coming out of me. All right, so here we go. 5-year, 10-year, 20-year, whatever it may be. Not usually there is a 1-year reunion. It's too soon, right? And we're trying to right now give an inheritance bias to the Bucks off of a 1-year reunion. You imagine when you graduate the next year, you show up and you acting like it's last year still. And they like, hey, man, time has went by. What's new? What's up with you? And the Bucks gonna sit there and say, oh, no, you remember when I was here last year, what happened? And then the Nets gonna say, oh, yeah, we do remember. And enter Ben Simmons. If there's one player in the league designed for Giannis in terms of just playing defense. And guess what? Don't even worry about me offensively because that's not what I'm here for. I conserve my energy just by design. I'm gonna guard Giannis and he gonna get his buckets. But boy, he gonna know he been in a fight. It's Ben Simmons. And then if you want to just lag off and let KD baby 7-footer show up and have some of that too, man, you got problems. Meanwhile, Kyrie's like, y'all over there neutralizing their best player. Now it's time for the Wizard to go to work. And the Sorcerer will go out there and unveil all his talents. And the Brooklyn Nets don't step on the line at the three-pointer. Don't get a big toe game. Don't get a pedicure game. Up 2-0. Beat them by 30 points already. Finally get over the hump. Brooklyn Nets, Kyrie Irving, KD, all concerns put to rest.
Damn, that was amazing. You know what? The Nets don't have their version of Clipper Darrell, but if they need one, Marcellus, you got to sign up for that, Brook, because that was amazing. Acho, I love the way he takes the viewfinder, and when he needs to use the magnifying glass, he uses it on the Bucks, and then when he needs it to be a wide frame on the Nets, he does it. And let me just kind of focus in. If I can get the angle just right, I can make this work.
Make it look cute.
That is that was impressive. Look, here's the fact of the matter is you are hanging so much on Ben Simmons, who is, if he plays, what the expectations. He hasn't played all year. He just got an epidural, which means, as you guys know, you can't work out. You can't be working on your conditioning. We just talked about this with Paul George in terms of the elbow injury. That allows him to work out and get close, right? And he's questionable. That ain't Ben Simmons. Like, I'm just waiting for the announcement that he's not going to play this year. And that changes your whole argument because, yes, he is vital. But without him, who is guarding Giannis Antetokounmpo? Jeff Green did an admirable job. Blake Griffin did. But as the series went on, you saw Giannis figure it out. And that's the great distinction here, which is this is not the same Milwaukee Bucks team that went 7 games with them. It's not even the same Milwaukee Bucks team that's been sleepwalking through half of the season without Brook Lopez, without Pat Connaughton. Like, all these guys are coming together at just the right time. And as a result, Bobby Portis has had an opportunity to eat and to grow. And Grayson Allen has had an opportunity to show that he can be a part of this equation. So their depth is greater than it was before. And they have the one thing that no other team in the league right now has, with the Warriors being the Wounded Warriors, which is they understand exactly what it takes to win a championship. They know the level to which they have to play. And for all that Kyrie and KD know about that, the Nets collectively do not. In fact, Kyrie and KD don't even know what that requires between the two of them on the same side. And that intrinsic knowledge of this is the bar we have to clear, the Bucks have that. Tell me, Acho, how much? Captain Acho. Can you co-sign that for me,
I'm going to tell you, I didn't have much to say, but you just said something that just... You're exactly right. My biggest issue with the Nets, if we're being honest, is Kyrie, KD haven't had to be the leaders of their teams en route to finding that championship. They haven't had to, talent-wise, I'll give you, calm down. I don't feel like arguing this one. KD was the best player on his team when he was on Golden State.
Okay.
I don't believe it. I just don't feel like arguing. So I'll give you that. Okay. But what we will not argue at all, because you wouldn't even debate this, Slick definitely won't debate this being in the Bay, they weren't the leaders. Draymond would argue would be the leader, arguably, or Steph, and then Kevin Durant. Kyrie Irving, even he wouldn't argue that he was not the leader. It was LeBron James. So when you want to talk about the different issues at hand for these Nets, my personal biggest issue is who is going to lead them on this 16-game gauntlet, 16-win gauntlet to winning a championship. Kevin Durant has not had to be the off-court leader. Kyrie Irving clearly has not had to be the off-court leader. So, yes, I'm glad Kyrie Irving can play at home games. Now, keep in mind, it ain't really mattered much because Kyrie with the Nets is 9-15 this season. But their biggest issue is not actually Kyrie's presence. It's actually the leadership at hand.
What kind of leadership is necessary? Off-court leader. How we gonna go on a hike and you behind me talking about you leading me on a hike? Hey, man, I'm gonna talk for KD. KD, like, man, I was the leader. I put the ball in the hoop. I was the one playing better defense than all y'all, including you, Draymond. Y'all better stop. The reason y'all begged me to come to Golden State was because I could play on both sides of the court. And I showed up and showed out. And y'all gonna talk about now, well, it's forget on the court, it's off the court leadership now. Boy, you can have all the off-court leaders you want. That ball don't go in the hoop, you ain't winning no championships or finals MVPs. Go KD, baby. Here's the thing, Acho, I love you so much. And y'all gotta agree on this. I love Acho always says, you have to agree with me on this.
The biggest disses in life come with I love you so much. Take note. Remember what Chris Rock said. Now, Jada, I love you, Jada. And then what? Nah, Sal, I don't want your love.
You don't want my love?
I don't want your love.
All right.
Just say your point and keep your love to yourself.
All right.
You ain't finna play me like Chris Rock.
All right. No Captain Crunch jokes. No Captain Crunch jokes. All right. KD and Kyrie gonna keep it close. Y'all got to admit to that. And Ben Simmons will take it over the hump. Oh, I heard, of course, de acuerdo, as they say out here. You know what that means? The Nets got them exactly where they want them because in one-possession games, the Nets have the best record in the Eastern Conference. And last time I checked, the champions were in the Eastern Conference. Look out for these Nets. 4 games back of the 5th and 6th seed right now. Bulls and Raptors with 7 games left and the easiest schedule remaining in the league. It's going to be smooth sailing. Ben Simmons comes back, heal up on the epidural. Let's go out there and ball. Sick you on Giannis. We got the offense. KD and his off-the-court leadership takes over. We'll see.